destiny.
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
What's up, guys?
Today we're here to do our second installment, or our second review of the Vader series. This is issue number 2.
Oh, so good.
Another good issue. So we pick up where Vader is now on a mission.
Yes.
Tasked to him from Palpatine.
Or the Emperor.
Sorry.
Now
Palpatine.
the Emperor. Yes.
Sidious. And is now supposed to find a Jedi, kill said Jedi, and take his lightsaber.
To corrupt the Kyber crystal, to make it the beautiful crimson it's supposed to be, full of evil and anger, to make his own.
Yes. So that's where we kind of pick up after this issue. Well, not exactly.
A little bit later.
We kind of get a kind of a cool, comedic kind of interaction between a couple stormtroopers.
Yeah, so we pick up the issue where they're out on this outpost, this Jedi outpost, and the leftover stormtroopers are out there, and they're going through a lot of the leftover Jedi material that's in that outpost. So they're going through lightsabers, robes, anything that they're doing, and they're inventorying it, which is absolutely hilarious. Like,
and they're taking it, right?
They're supposedly supposed to be taking it, so they're inventorying everything to take it, and the stormtroopers are just kind of having conversations back and forth, like, look, we were like the deadliest troopers out there. Why are we here doing this? This is boring.
Yeah.
This is so dull.
I thought it was really cool how they were kind of tasked to, gather all of the Jedi stuff. It kind of reminds me of like World War II, kind of like Hitler, the Germans taking all of the artifacts and stuff like that, right? But then we get that funny scene of like that one panel where a stormtrooper's like, "Look, I'm a Jedi."
Yeah.
And he's got a green lightsaber.
He's got a lightsaber. He's like, "Look."
And I can't remember his name, but they say one of them is, gosh, I'm blanking right now. Here, I'm going to look. One of them is like, what's his name?
I've forgotten the stormtrooper names.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention. The kicker?
Kicker,
yeah. So, of course, the stormtroopers are all clones.
Kicker and Ding.
Yeah, Kicker and Ding. And
not to be confused with Dink.
Yeah,
Ding.
Ding. So, of course, they're all cloned from the Clone Wars. They're all the same. They're made off of the same person, Jango Fett, who was killed in Episode 3, and his son, who eventually becomes Boba Fett. But they're all clones, so they're just out there gathering inventory, being bored, and they don't think they should be out there at all. So it was actually a pretty funny scene between the interaction between those stormtroopers and everything. So.
Yeah. Really cool. So then we get to an alert of an incoming ship.
Yeah, they get alerted that a ship is coming in. They're like, who is coming out here? And they show kind of the hologram of the ship, and that's the ship that was Vader's ship, who was stolen from the previous guys from issue 1 that he killed, and finally got his ship back. So Vader is coming in.
And we kind of get a really cool battle scene between, I'm assuming, fighters for that station, for that outpost.
Yeah, and
which is kind of weird because it was a Jedi outpost.
Well, yeah, it's a Jedi outpost, and the fighters that were responding to the threat, they seemed like rebels. They weren't stormtroopers; they were actually rebels. And so I'm thinking that the rebels don't know the stormtroopers are in there. If they do, they're thinking they have no idea that they've turned since Order 66.
Exactly. So at this point, we're to believe that the stormtroopers are actually on a good side, kind of, right?
Possibly, maybe to the fighters that are patrolling. Maybe those fighters don't know what's been going on. They don't know about Order 66, so they don't know that the troopers that they feel are still good on the station protecting it have turned to the Emperor.
Are the rebels truly the rebels yet at this point?
Not yet.
So
they're not truly rebels, but I mention them as rebels because in the panel you don't see them as stormtroopers. You see their actual face. Yeah,
we are to believe that at this point, there was an assassination attempt on Senator Palpatine.
Yeah,
the Republic, right,
is dead. The Republic is gone.
Yeah, and everyone else has said, look, there has been this assassination attempt. So they are believing what is being told to them right now at this point. Yeah. So there's no point or reason to have any type of rebellion.
Right. Yeah, there's no rebellion yet. So Vader comes in, and what's funny is that he has a robot on his ship with him, and who has the codes to, give to the fighters to say we're allowed passage through. But Vader's like, no, 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 no. I want to fight. I will take them all down one by one.
Yeah, wants nothing to do with giving codes.
Yeah, he doesn't
and going
care.
in easy, right?
Yeah, he wants to show his, he's still a novice. He wants to show his power. He feels that he is so strong that he can just take them all down, which in fact he does. But what's cool is that in the panels, the robot's like, well, there's a couple ships coming in behind you, and Vader's like, it's okay. I feel them.
Yeah,
I feel their fear, their pain, their end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool, and he actually was using the Force during that battle scene, which was really cool.
Using the Force to feel it.
He uses the Force throughout the whole comic.
Oh, yeah.
And we're probably going to get to see that through the whole series, but it's just awesome how he's done that. So.
Yeah. And so as Vader is fighting these fighters, the stormtroopers on station are actually watching it kind of in the radar hologram, and they're like, man, this dude just shot down all these fighters without even taking a hit, and because they have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
And because Vader is so new, the Emperor is not sending out, communications like, hey, I have a new apprentice. No, he's not doing that.
No.
Vader is going out on his task, and in a lot of other comics within canon, Vader has killed troopers. Whoever stands in his way, Vader will kill.
Yeah,
he kills his own. He does not care.
That's why I was confused. As I'm reading this, and again, guys, I'm not as big of a Star Wars fan as Jarrell here. I am, getting to that point. I love the series. I love the concept.
Yeah.
But I was confused as to why he was killing the stormtroopers. But now I see, at this point, not only are they not deemed as bad in a way, but also Vader just doesn't give a shit.
Vader doesn't care. Well, whoever stands in Vader's way, Vader will take out, even including his own, and he will take out anyone who oppresses him. If if he deems that they are thinking something differently or they're not obeying him, Vader will take them out.
Yeah,
and he'll take out his own men. He doesn't care.
So as they're watching that, they see they even think he's a Jedi.
Yeah,
they don't know. They have no clue.
Not just yet. I mean, that comes a little bit later. So
but they question that as his ship is coming in.
Yeah, so
is this a Jedi?
Right. They realize that he's actually gotten past the security protocols, and they're like, "Oh, he's actually docking now. So we need to protect the station." Because what's funny is that they don't go into it is why they're protecting the station. Why do they need to protect the Jedi artifacts? They're inventorying everything. Why do they need to protect it? Because Order 66, the plan is to wipe out the entire Jedi race. Yeah. Why do you care about keeping the artifacts for the Jedi?
They're not just taking inventory either. They are literally packing it up and sending it
back to Coruscant.
Yeah,
back to Coruscant. So it was interesting to see that piece, and I really liked that part.
Yeah,
it was really cool. So of course Vader docks, and we see a panel where he's breaking through the wall.
Yeah, awesome panel.
And he just starts fighting the stormtroopers. And what's funny is that because they're going through Jedi artifacts, we see like a lightsaber come into play.
Oh, this is awesome.
And he force grabs it. So he sees it, he force grabs it, and it's a green lightsaber. So he starts slashing and thrashing and killing the troopers and everything. And that's when they say, oh, this has to be a Jedi. This is a Jedi now.
They actually say that, and there's a panel of him just all sprawled out and holding the green lightsaber. It was awesome, yeah.
And also Vader takes a shot, like the stormtroopers are shooting, so he takes a laser blast to his armor.
Yes.
And you see Vader like, oh, and you see it rip in his armor. So
but then he's like, I get the sense he was like, eh.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's still, of course, what this comic is about is the beginnings of Vader. So he's going to be learning his armor. He's going to be learning how to move with it. What blasters that he can take through the armor, what will kill him. So, that's so sweet.
But then this was another thing that I loved is like, look, he's on a mission to get a lightsaber. He has to get it from a Jedi.
He has to kill a Jedi. He
has a lightsaber.
Right.
And, could he go and say, hey, I got this one, and I could turn it into crimson, whatever, his pain, whatever. No.
Right.
He just drops it.
Yeah, he drops it. Because I think, because
he understands his mission.
Yeah, right? He understands his mission, and then the Emperor has made it clear, the Sith have to kill and take a lightsaber. So even though one was sitting there, and yes, he forcefully grabbed it and in a way took it, but it wasn't from a living Jedi. And that's his mission. He has to kill and take a lightsaber from a living Jedi.
Yes.
So one that's floating around or in some area is not pertaining to him. So
we get probably to the most important part of the comic. One of the more exciting parts is we get Vader he gets into the he defeats the stormtroopers. He gets to the computer room and has his assistant computer or intelligent AI
robot,
access the data records of the Jedi Station.
So what he's doing is he's asking his robot to access the archives of the Jedi, basically assignments of any Jedi before Order 66. So he wants to know any Jedi who has taken the Barash vow. And what we've learned about this vow is the Barash vow is any Jedi who has sworn to take an oath to refrain from any activities of the Order. So they are going to be in complete isolation. They will not engage in any activities of anything that they feel in the Force. They are on their own little hideaway. They're hiding out, and they will only stay true to the Force. Anything that comes up in their feelings, they will not react to. And that is the Barash vow. And at the end of this video, we'll get into a side note of what I've read online of something that's come up with this Barash vow. So, but now Vader thinks that this would be an easy target, finding a Jedi who is in hiding, who doesn't know anything, to take his lightsaber and, create his own.
Now, is Yoda in the Barash vow?
What's funny is that I've seen some stuff come up with that, and they haven't truly categorized it as a Barash vow. But looking at Yoda, I think it is, because Yoda, disengages himself. He goes away, and
he's forced to go into exile.
He's forced to go into exile,
but at the same time doesn't try to do anything.
He doesn't do anything for decades.
Is the exact
decades.
Definition of a Barash vow.
Exactly. He doesn't do anything until Luke shows up for decades. So in a way, I think Yoda does take the Barash vow, but we're not ever really told that. So it's someone else. Yeah, it's a really cool concept,
which we're not getting to yet.
Yeah, we won't get to that until a little bit later.
All right. Yeah. So he gets he gives us that information about the Barash vow. I do love the part where the computer, the AI, he gives the AI an order, and I forget exactly how it goes, but the AI was like, this could take months to go through all this data or whatever, and it kind of gets lippy with Vader.
Right. Yeah. And Vader's like, look, I am not here to answer your questions. I am telling you what I want.
It asks a question of Vader, and that obviously doesn't sit well with him.
Right. But what's cool is that the AI is like, look, I'm only asking this question to get more detail to find what you want.
Yeah.
So the robot asks Vader, what exactly are you looking for the Barash vow? Who do you want? And Vader goes into, I'm looking for any Jedi who has taken any Barash vow before Order 66, and
because that would also give indication that they're still alive.
Yes.
If they were given, or if they had taken that vow, then they were not killed or needed to go into exile, because in theory they were already in exile.
Right, because Order 66, they've gone through a massive killing of the Jedi. Vader eventually does more of the killings, but he wants to find any Jedi who have no idea what's been going on and who are completely in exile to find his next target to take a lightsaber for his own. It
is at this time that we get another awesome scene. We get a grenade that comes into a panel. And the AI sees it right away.
Yep.
And says grenade or whatever, it's going to explode. Right. And then right as it says that, it just stops in motion. Right. And you're thinking, okay, Vader just threw his force at that thing.
Vader is basically holding the grenade from not exploding. And there's still 2 stormtroopers left, because as the battle was going on,
Kicker
and Ding, they retreated. They're like, one of the guys said, retreat, go back to wherever, and of course he died. And so Kicker and Ding are, they're standing there in a face-off with Vader trying to kill him, and Vader is holding this grenade.
Yeah. And what's really cool, so obviously Kicker and Ding threw the grenade there.
Oh yeah.
But they did it in a way because they are still under the impression, or they think, that Vader is a Jedi.
Vader is a Jedi, yeah.
And in their minds, Jedi, once focusing on one object, are now weak because they can only focus on that.
They can't do other things. They're bound by kind of somewhat rules and regulations that they can't do other things while they're forcefully concentrating on one aspect.
And we forgot to mention this earlier, but I loved how the two stormtroopers are like, well, now we can get this Jedi and we can take him straight to Palpatine and we can get our red helmets.
Yeah, because their thought is to become the Emperor, the Emperor's guards, right? the red guards,
which
and
was
so
awesome.
Yeah,
and so they said that earlier when they were gathering all the Jedi stuff. We can show them that we're worth value. We can get our red helmets and we can retire with our red helmets.
We can become the Royal Guards. Yeah.
Now they say it because they're going to get a Jedi and take him to Palpatine.
Yeah, they're thinking they're going to capture this Jedi, take it to Palpatine, become part of his royal guard, and they're going to move up the chain and be what they want to be. That's not going to happen. They have no idea who they're messing with.
Yes, because now Vader says something like, you're mistaken or you're wrong. Yep. I'm not a Jedi.
I'm not a Jedi.
And then snaps his neck.
He says, after he says, I'm not a Jedi, he says, I have no limits.
Yes.
Because with Jedi, they have limits. He has none. And he uses the Force while holding the grenade, snaps their necks.
Snaps the necks.
And then they kind of, they leave and they allow the station to explode because Vader is on a new mission.
With that grenade.
That grenade, yeah. So he lets the grenade explode and they kind of, they leave. And Vader is on his way. One thing that we kind of
they found a Jedi.
Right. So the AI robot from the analysis, they found a Jedi. His name is Karak Infla or Infila.
I have no idea. I like the first one though. Infla.
Infla. It's a new character. So they found that he is one of the Jedi that are taking the Barash vow, and he is in hiding somewhere. But the one thing the robot tells him is that he did not do any diplomacy, any training, any research. His one purpose in the order was to fight. And that was like the end panel.
And that's the end panel. And he's hovering.
He's hovering and meditating.
Yeah. And the dude's got like kind of like a man bun or whatever. He's like gray skinned and he's got a freaking just a scar across his chest.
He looks badass.
Dude, like I saw him and I'm like, I don't care about Vader. This dude's badass.
It looks badass. They haven't released the cover of issue 3 yet, but I've seen some. I believe I've seen the cover, and it shows Vader and him in a battle.
Yeah, I think that was the cover.
It's not truly released yet, but I think that will be the cover. And I think this is going to be a battle if that's the Jedi.
Yeah, we won't get into any predictions because this series is kind of hard to predict because it's a new story.
Yeah.
But I have a sense that this next issue is just going to be all out like battle between these two.
It's going to be all out.
Like Vader is literally going straight after him right now to get his lightsaber.
Oh yeah, he's going to fight. He's really going to fight. And so the big takeaway from this is that there's a big side note here about the Barash vow. I've seen online that someone has taken this comic and compared it to the Star Wars movies that are out. So they've compared it to Luke Skywalker and him being gone during, The Force Awakens. The reason that he's been gone and trying to renew the Jedi Order is that he has possibly taken this Barash vow. And that because he's been in hiding for so long, he hasn't been reacting to anything. Yeah. He's been away. And that really speaks to the Barash vow. And it's only a theory. And I kind of, it sounds great.
If that theory is right, that's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It really makes sense.
Yeah. Because the heading of the article was Darth Vader comic brings a new idea to Star Wars movies of Luke Skywalker, why he was gone.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if they run with that theory.
I think they should.
They should definitely run with
because
that
it sounds correct.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think of any other reason of why Luke would go away, and yeah, we don't want to get too deep into it because that's the movies, and we're focusing more on the Darth Vader comic. But just wanted to throw that out there for anybody.
Food for thought.
Food for thought. Please comment of what you think, if you think this Barash Val could be why Luke has been gone in the movies. But this comic was absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
I am so pumped. I've gotten him pumped for this series because, like, look, this is Vader.
Yeah,
this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it is. It truly is so far 2 issues in, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think we've said this with other comics, but when we can't wait for the next issue and it seems so long. Now, this was like, what, a week?
Yeah, this was 2 issues in 1 month within a week.
I already couldn't wait for number 2.
Yeah.
So that tells me that I'm loving this series, that I can't wait for the next issue to come out, because now we have to wait longer.
Yeah, we got to wait a little longer for the next one. But it's going to be amazing in the next one because it's going to be a full-on fight with a Jedi, and Vader is on his way to build his crimson, beautiful lightsaber that he gets.
Or not.
Well, he will.
Or the next guy could just kill Vader. Be good with that, because he's badass.
That would be very depressing, but it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Anyway, if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up, guys. Please subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Definitely check us out. Always be updated for any of the new series and comics that we're doing, TV series, comics, anything that we're doing, you'll be notified.
Yeah, we're in full force, guys. We're right now posting a video a day. So
every day.
We want to get this content out to you guys because we enjoy it, and we know that you'll enjoy it too.
Definitely.
So
NocBro Nation,
we're out.